balik ta sa itong tulumanon DYRD inyong halagad worldwide mga higala, no? Dako garbo nga niyagin nato sa itong tulumanon sa itong istasyonan. As Secretary Mar Rojas. May buntag, Secretary Mar Rojas.
Mayong buntag, Chito, Manong Fred, sa aton tagpalamati, tagsubaybay, mayong buntag, kaninyo tanan.
Okay, Secretary, una sa lahat, we would like to thank you for sleeping with us, eating with us, praying with us, even experiencing the aftershocks during the first critical days of the earthquake dito sa Bohol. Maraming salamat, Secretary.
Salamat, Chito. You know, during that moment, we were in the governor's second floor, no? And I felt that the entire building was really rock and rolling, shaking. But I had to tell myself, you be calm, because if they see anxiety in your face, pati sila maging anxious. So kailangan kalmado ka. So I announced to the crowd, I remember, sabi ko, okay, all non-essential personnel bumaba na, so that in case something happens, you will be the one to dig through the rubble to save us, no? Bumaba na kayo, manaog na kamo. So and then I noticed nobody moved. So and finally after na, no, I was always wondering how come nobody moved to go down ahead. Pala, because I said all non-essential personnel. Of course, everybody thinks they are essential. So, walang bumaba. So, next time I will change the words. But, you know, we are laughing now. And it was a very positive experience. But, you know, it was also in those times, no? Talagang nakaka-nervyos, nakaka-stress, nakaka-anxiety. And I remember when during those early days, ang mga tao, mga kaigsunan natin, they were sleeping in the grass, in the street, imbes na in their house, because baka mahulugan sila ng bubong or ng mga poste. So because the aftershocks were continuing. But you know, we got through that. We got through Yolanda.
Oh, those were trying times after the earthquake.
Yolanda. So for me, it revitalized, it renewed, it reaffirmed my faith, no? Na talagang ang Pilipino, kaya natin kahit ano. Basta nagkakaisa tayo, nakikiisa tayo, calamity and adversity, it brought out the best in us instead of the worst, no? Kasi in other places it brings out the worst, paiya-iya, pakanya-kanya, pansarili, no? Awayan, agawan. Dito sa Bohol and in the rest of the country, in the other calamities, it brings out the best in the Filipino. Kaya talagang I'm proud of all of us. I'm proud of our people and what they showed. And talagang kaya natin, it not just strengthens my faith and my belief na kahit anong adversity kaya natin, but it also strengthens my belief na hindi lang hanggang dito tayo, malayo pa mararating natin, marami pa ang magagawa natin. Because kung adversity ay ganito ang ating pagtawid nito, ang pagbangon, what more if sige-sige, progress, economics, development, infrastructure, tourism, then malayo ang madadating natin.
Secretary, let us not also forget that the President also slept with us.
Yes, yeah. And we had camping, and that was a very touching experience, because talagang nandun tayo experiencing what the regular, ordinary Bolanon was experiencing, which is they were outside because they were afraid that their roof and their house will fall upon them. It is adversity, but this is one of the strong foundations. This is one of the good strong haligi or poste in my belief na kaya natin ito bilang mga Pilipino, bilang komunidad, bilang isang lahi. No? We are very strong and I'm very proud of us.
Okay, so good morning, Secretary.
Good morning, Manong Fred. Good
Yeah.
morning, Manong Fred.
Usahay kit mo amin din ako. Now, paano natin matutuloy yung matuwid na daan, Secretary? In as much as next year will be a national election, we have learned that the net satisfaction rating of Vice President Binay went down. So, paano mo continue yung matuwid na daan?
Well, you know, Manong Fred, I've said this before and I continue to say this. No? Ang tingin ko sa sarili ko, isang sundalo kasama ng ating mga kababayan sa army ng Daang Matuwid. Lahat tayo gusto daang matuwid. Lahat tayo gusto progreso. Lahat tayo gusto kauswagan. Lahat tayo gusto palangitan at trabaho. So, tingin ko, sarili ko, yan ang pinagsisilbihan ko. Hindi yung personal ko, pero the whole point of being in public service is to serve the public, is to serve it through Daang Matuwid. So, nakita naman ng ating mga kababayan yung katas, yung bunga ng Daang Matuwid. Dito lang sa Bohol, no? Tinamaan tayo ng earthquake dito. Dati, kayo, you're veteran news people. Dati, ano ba ang sagot ng national government? Naku, wala tayong pera. Naku, kailangan pang utangin. Naku, antay-antay lang. Today, in this Bohol earthquake, the money is there. 2.3 billion pesos was downloaded here to Bohol since last year. In fact, the reason that I am here today is to encourage and to help out para mapabilis pa, mapadasig ang pag-implement. Because, as you know, there was a lack of engineers to make programs of work. We had to hire additional engineers to help the Bohol LGUs write up the programs of work para may engineering plans. Because the money was there already, no? Waiting to be deployed. No? And so I'm thankful to the governor, I'm thankful to the mayors, I'm thankful to the Bolanons that everybody is cooperating. We found the engineers. We in DILG, we hired about 15 engineers to help out. DPWH also hired additional. The local government, GovEd Chato also hired. Everybody hired additional engineers to be able to make programs of work. And now, mabilis-bilis na ang takbo ng projects. And all of these projects naman are for the benefit of the people.
So, Secretary, no, dahil sa Daang Matuwid, you raised the standards of the local government units performing yung mga projects dahil una-una they found out that stringent yung mga requirements, but eventually they realized that this is how the way you do government projects, transparent, at saka you should follow procedures. Secretary?
That's correct. No? For example, here in Bohol, 2 billion 389 million pesos was released to fund 1,066 projects. These are from health centers to barangay halls to municipal halls to palengke to civic centers to all of the projects na nasira. No? And so well, the money is there and we just have to implement it. I'm happy that if you notice, billions ang pinag-uusapan dito, but there is no hint or trace or any kind of mancha or bahid of anomaly. Malinis, maayos. Nakikita nung tao that their money goes to their benefit, goes to the projects in their communities. Hindi yung dati na puros pangako, wala naman nangyayari. Here, and by the way, here's the big innovation pa that we have done. we downloaded the money here direct to the provincial government, to the municipal governments. Hindi yung pera nandun sa Manila, nasa agency, nasa department, tapos yung agency ang namimigay kung sinong contractor, kung sinong gagawa. Hindi, wala po tayong ganun. Yung check, dinala dito, diniposit sa land bank, nandyan sa account ng provincial government of Bohol. And the Bolanons are the ones who will manage this money. 2.3 billion pesos. This is on top of IRA, on top of all the regular projects. This is just the DILG portion of the Bohol assistance, Bohol earthquake assistance. And I'm quite proud that walang report na anomalya. Everything is on the up and up. Everything diretso. Sulit. So talagang tumututuo tayo sa daang matuwid. And as Manong Fred said, yan ang standard, yan ang dapat. Yan ang dapat, no? And sa ating mga kababayan, naniniwala ako na ang Pilipino is the smartest voter in the world. Smart, mahusay ang Pilipino. May mga nagsasabi dyan, bobotante daw ang Hindi ako naniniwala ako. If you give the Filipino the facts, naniniwala ako, we are the smartest. Filipinos are the smartest voters. And they will always vote and choose kung ano ang tama. Yung malinis, yung mahusay, yung gumagawa ng matibay, mabilis, mura. Diba? Ano ang pinagkaiba sa palengke at saka botante? Hindi ba sa palengke pupunta tayo, kikilatisin natin. Di ba? Alam natin yung sariwa na isda doon sa Bilasak. Diba? Alam natin yun eh. Alam natin, sa tingin pa lang, alam natin yung gulay na sariwa, anong gulay na lamog na. Di ba? So, ganun din tayo. In the end, we choose the best product, we choose the best person, and we choose the person who can deliver, who can bring us to a better and brighter tomorrow.
Okay, sir. We have here with us the editor-publisher of the Negros Chronicle, si Eli De Resco. Mr. De Resco, sir.
Manong Eli, good morning. Good morning.
Manong, Mr. Secretary, welcome to... Well, you said the Filipinos are the smartest voters. Well, the Boholanos are smarter. They will vote for you. They're smarter.
Thank you.
You have... how do you look at the presidency right now? I mean, you know...
Well, frankly, Manong Eli, the presidency is in 2016. We are in 2015.
Okay.
And we have problems. We have challenges. We have things to do today. We cannot sacrifice and be politicking for something that will happen naman next year. There is a time for that, no? But now, we are here to make sure that the service is delivered to the people, no? We are going to Inabanga. We are going to the towns to make sure that the projects are being done. We're going to Sagbayan, which is very close to the epicenter. In fact, for Sagbayan, 216 million pesos, 216 million went allocated for Sagbayan. It has been obligated. In fact, 141 million has already been disbursed. And that is the innovation that I bring, because I said, let us give it to the local so that they will spend it locally. The local Bolanos businessman is the one sa Yero, sa Paco, sa Forming Lumber, sa 2x4, sa lahat, no? Sa lahat, it will come from Bohol. Iikot ang pera dito sa Bohol. Imbes na i-bid out yan sa Manila, mananalo yung Manila contractor, magdadala siya ng tao dito, magdadala siya ng materialis dito, magdadala siya ng equipment dito, walang iikot na pera dito sa Bohol. So that is the innovation here. That is why it's so important that we brought the money here. It will be done, the procurement will be done here by the Bohol Bolanons, by the Bohol provincial government, or by the municipal government. That way, it's the locals that will win. It's the locals who will spend the money. here among Bolanons, so that parang double benefit. You have the benefit of the project, of the structure, and you have the benefit na ang kwarta dito mag-ikot, mag-revolve sa loob ng Bohol.
The contractor, Mr. Secretary, will be from Bohol also.
Well, there are so many projects. I assume that the Bohol provincial government is doing 91, Republic Act 9184, which is the Procurement Act. You have to bid that out.
Right.
And so I assume that the Bolano contractors are all bidding for this.
Okay.
Well, one question, Chit, for Negros, you're the author of the Advocate of One Negros.
Yeah,
you're
well,
talking of this
Yeah.
unity.
I'm not really the original advocate. The people of Negros Occidental and Negros Oriental have been advocating this. So I brought it to the President's attention. He told me to study it, and I studied it, and I recommended to him that we create a new region for Negros Island. Because if you're from Bacolod, Negros Occidental, and all the 13 cities in Negros Occidental, if you need anything from the national government, you have to go to Iloilo. You have to cross by boat to Iloilo. It's like Bohol. If you need anything, you have to go to Cebu. You take a boat to go to Cebu. Diba? Same thing with Negros Oriental. If they need anything from the national government, licenses, forms, approvals, whatever, they have to go to Cebu. So, parati, out of sight, out of mind. Di ba? Magastos sa plete, magastos sa oras, walang balikan eh. Di ba? And the most important is out of sight, out of mind. That's why, when I looked at the statistics, Negros Oriental in Region 7 has the lowest infrastructure spending. Because obviously, first it goes to Cebu, then Bohol. I mean, you're getting a new airport. When I was DOTC, we gave you a new airport sa Panglao, etc. No? There's going to be a new berth for the cruise ships, etc. No? Okay. So first Cebu, then Bohol, then Negros Oriental. Pangatlo sila eh. Okay.
So when will
Sa
this happen?
Negros Occidental naman, first Iloilo, then Boracay, and then Negros Occidental. So, parating nahuhuli. That is why there is high poverty in Negros Island. That is why in Negros Island, there continues to be this NPA, CPP, NPA threat because high poverty. High poverty. Hindi masyado mabilis ang development. So anyway, we have recommended this to the President. The President, I'm sure, will study it. And we'll see what we can do. But I am quite hopeful. I am hopeful.
Thank you,
Okay.
thank you, Chit.
Thank you,
Mr. Secretary.
Mr. Secretary, no, it seems that this will be the banner year for the economy in Bohol dahil yung airport, yung BEA, at saka yung yung loan ng LBP, DBP,
Yes.
90% grant, 10% loan.
Yes.
So sabi nila, the local government units are awash with cash.
Well, they should not keep it in cash. They should transform it into projects as soon as possible. Our people are waiting for these projects. And ako, pinupukpok ni Presidente, Mar, what's happening na to BEA? 2.3 billion, 1,066 projects. I think sa ngayon, only 300 are being implemented. Dapat mas mabilis. So, fina-follow up ko ni Presidente, punta naman ako dito, fa-follow up ko si Governor, fa-follow upin namin yung mga mayors because precisely the money is already here. No? And ang kailangan lang is program of work, ang kailangan lang is to bid it out. So, you're right, there's a lot of projects that are landing here in Bohol, and this is good because the jobs and incomes that Bohol creates, particularly sa tourism, is going to be good, not just for Bohol, but for the entire country.
Yeah. Okay, Senator, mayroong gustong mag-interact. So,
Sure.
Hello, good morning. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Okay,
Okay.
we would like to inform the Secretary that worldwide we have 430 viewers and listeners.
Oh, wow. Worldwide.
Streaming.
Worldwide. Streaming. Wow. Congratulations. Wherever you may be, mabuhay from Tagbilaran here in Bohol. Come home. Come home and visit your kababayans. Come home and visit your country. And bring many tourists. If each one of you brings 5 tourists, that's very good.
Sir, for your information, Secretary, this year is every 3 years, all the Boholanos worldwide will come to Bohol. This is on July
Of this year.
this year.
Ah, wow. Terrific.
So, Secretary, we would be remiss in our duties as a media if we would not ask you this.
Sure.
Sir, kahapon, sabi ng mga papers, magre-resign ka daw.
Do I look like I'm resigning?
Yun na nga eh.
I'm here. Pero alam mo, Chito, natatawa lang ako at natutuwa, no? That there are people sincerely interested in what my plans are. Mga sincere. Okay yan. But there are also others na are working overtime to fool the people. So, ganyan talaga yan. No? But for those who are sincerely interested, be assured that I am prepared to do whatever I can para magpatuloy yung ating daang matuwid. Progress, development, kalinungan, no? Peace and prosperity. Yan ang pinakakailangan natin. At ako handa naman ako kung ano ang role na ibibigay sa akin, hindi ko tatalikdan yan.
Okay, Secretary, mayroon tayong caller. Hello?
Sure.
Hello?
Hello. Hello.
Okay, nasa pikas linya si Secretary Marrojas, ma'am.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Mayang Buntag.
Well, what is your plan this coming 2016 presidential election? Are you running for president? Secretary?
Well, what do you think I should do? What do you think? What would you like me to do?
Kung sa ko na yung mong gusto niyang himuon na ma'am. Hello? Okay. Ma'am, napagadiha?
Ana,
Okay. So,
nota na itong linya.
Okay.
Okay, so,
okay, mayroon pa.
Line 4. Okay.
Hello?
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Nasa pikas linya si Secretary Marrojas.
Good morning, Secretary.
Good morning, Manong.
Gusto lang pong magtanong kung ano ba ang nangyari sa kaso ni Saldi Ampatawan, Secretary?
Sa ngayon, patuloy yung kanyang case, nililitis. There is an ongoing court case. The case is being held in Manila. It was transferred from Maguindanao to Manila. And the ongoing case, in fact, we created a courtroom. We built a courtroom inside the Bikutan detention facility para yung security risk na bringing them to the court and back from the court mawala na yan. So the hearing is every day dyan sa detention facility ng Bikutan. Tuloy-tuloy ang kaso dyan sa massacre na yan.
Okay, sir?
Matagal naman, Secretary.
Well,
Wala pang decision.
patuloy ang kaso. You know, sir, there are, I think, more than 50 defendants. So, 50 din ang lawyers, 50 din ang motions, 50 din ang, naintindihan ko. I share your frustration. I share your anger even, kabagal masyado. And we want swift justice, hindi yung justice, no? So ang gusto natin justice talaga, yung katarungan. So kung ako lang, dapat pabilisin ito at hindi na yung mga motion mo, wala na yung mga motion to postpone, motion for continue, wala. Sige diretso para malaman natin yung katarungan.
Okay, daghang salamat, sir.
Okay.
Okay, line caller. Hello? Hello. Okay.
Line 3, line 3.
May buntag.
Hello?
Secretary Marrojas, nasa pikas linya.
Okay, yes. Good morning, Secretary.
Good morning.
Welcome sa Bohol, no?
Salamat.
Yung press caller kanina, tinanong mo kung anong gagawin mo or what to do. Sasabihin ko na lang, takbo ka for President is 2016. I have my vote.
Salamat. Baka, ma'am, gusto ko lang malaman, magkamag-anak ba tayo? Pariente kita or...
No.
Hindi, okay.
Dati na ako, sir. Noon pa.
Okay.
Noon pa kami dito.
Salamat.
Maroon kami.
Salamat.
Noy-mar kami.
Ay, salamat po, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, I want you to know, every day, nagpapasalamat ako sa iyo, nagpapasalamat ako sa lahat na naniniwala sa akin, nagtitiwala sa kay Noymar,
Yes.
at talagang kasama natin sa daang matuwid.
Okay.
Everyday nagpapasalamat ako at everyday ginagawa ko ang lahat para masuklian, para mapakita ko sa iyo that I am worthy of your trust and confidence.
Yes, sir.
Madami
Nakita ko na,
salamat.
sir. Nakita na namin yan, sir. Kung gusto mo ng prueba, sir, may t-shirt kami nakaprint.
Ay, salamat.
Husband ko, ginawa niya yan. Last 2010.
Ay, salamat, salamat.
Noy Marion, sir.
Ay, salamat.
At saka isa pang tanong, sir, kasi isa lang daw
Okay.
yung nakatanong. Bakit wala na po si Ma'am Corina sa TV Patrol? Isa namin siya.
Si Ma'am Corina, nandun siya ngayon sa kanyang program, yung Rated K.
Yes.
Tuloy-tuloy ang kanyang trabaho doon. At
Okay.
para sa kanya, siya din, sabi niya, mas madali sa kanya na wala na muna siya sa news para hindi na siya nasa stress. Kasi kung ang balita tungkol sa akin, tungkol kay Noynoy, tungkol sa gobyerno, nalalagay lang siya sa pinagdududahan siya, di ba? Kung good news, sasabihin, well, sinasabi niya yan because asawa ko siya. Kung bad news, iintrigahin siya na asawa mo si Mar, bakit mo sinasabi yan? Para sa kanya, sabi niya, paano tayo gagawa ng baby kung stress ako? Tanggal stress muna siya.
Okay. Akala ko, sir, nag-paternity leave na.
Hindi pa. Pero every day we are trying.
Okay, sir. I'm happy for you. No? Kayong po na yun. Model kayo sa amin.
God bless you
Yes,
po.
sir,
Maraming
sir.
salamat.
So,
It is
you have our goals by 2016, sir. Go tayo for president.
Salamat, ma'am.
Okay.
You are my inspiration and I serve you and
Yes.
all Filipinos like you na ang gusto lang ay yung tama, yung
Okay.
tuwid at yung dapat.
Okay, God bless you, sir.
God bless you.
We have another caller gikan sa atong linya. Yes, good morning, ma'am. Good morning, sir. Wawan. Wag yapon. Kinanan na nangalit ka. Okay, ito na tayo lang tawag. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning po. Nandiyan ba si Secretary?
Narito pa.
Mahal na may Secretary. Isa ako sa mga nagsusupport sa iyo. Pero itatanong ko lang po kung bakit hanggang ngayon dito sa Bohol, mahal pa rin yung presyo ng isda namin dito.
Yung isda,
Opo.
alam nyo,
Siguro mga
alamin
bili
natin.
namin dito, medyo tumataas din ang presyo.
Okay. Well, unang-una nagpapasalamat ako sa suporta mo, no? Tulad nung si Mrs., yung dating tumawag, ay talaga namang araw-araw ginagawa kong lahat para makapagservisyo sa inyo. Ngayon, dito, pagdating sa isda, ito lang masasabi ko, ha? Ito lang masasabi ko. Yung kamahalan ng isda dito, dahil yan sa prosperidad. Dahil maraming turista, lahat ng hotel, lahat ng restaurant, lahat ng ay binibili lahat ng produkto na isda. Dagdag pa dyan yung binibili sa Cebu. Alam nyo, ang Bohol at kami, Kapis, alam nyo kung saan yung Kapis, di ba? Nasa Bisaya din yan, yung Kapis. Kung saan nanggagaling mga aswang dyan. Okay. Yung Kapis, ganun din sa amin eh. Seafood, nasa seafood din kami, mga palaisdaan, mga coastal fishermen, mga fishermen, Porciner fishermen, no? Pero lahat ng huli namin, lahat pumupunta sa amin, no? Pumupunta sa Boracay. Di ba? Kasi in fact ngayon kung nasa Capiz ka, maghanap ka ng alimango, makita mo lang yung mga third class, second class. Kasi yung first class, wala na, nasa Manila, nasa Boracay, nasa mga hotel hanggang sa Cebu. Ang feeling ko, ganun din nangyayari dito sa Bohol. Lahat ng mga produkto dito, una, napupunta sa turista sa Bohol. Ang Bohol, if I'm not mistaken, is 6 flights a day. 6 flights a day. That is, ang bawat flight is 100, jet yan eh. Ang bawat flight is 150 passengers. Times 6 is 900 a day. Biro mo, lahat yung 900 na yan, dumadating dito. Lahat yan, naghahanap ng pagkain, buffet, etc. So, dagdag pa dyan, doon sa Cebu, ang Cebu is 20 flights a day. So, sa kasiglahan ng ating tourism, hinahanap lahat itong mga produkto na ito. Yan ang aking analysis. Pero, dahil, alam mo naman, una mo akong nakilala, Mr. Palengke. Diba? Ang gagawin ko, pagkatapos nito, ay tatawagan ko ang DTI at tatanungin sila, si Aster Caberte, taga dito sa inyo yan ha. Siya yung regional director ng DTI, naalala ko pa siya. So, tatawagan ko siya at aalamin ko bakit nga ba nagmahal. Baka may mga nagsasamantala, may nagmamanipulate. Yan, ayaw natin yan. Huhulihin natin yan kung may nagmamanipula ng presyo.
Opo. Kung kasi, Secretary, ang nangyari kasi dito, yung mga hindi yung mamihira talaga, paano nila makabot yun? Hindi na sila makakain ng isda.
Oo. Naintindihan ko na nagmamahal yan dahil sa demand, pero yung mga mahihirap hindi na maka-afford. Naintindihan ko, kaya tatawagin ko si Regional Director ng DTI, Aster Caberte, at tanungin sa kanya, iimbestigahan niya ito. Kasama ko rin yung sa PNP ngayon, gagawa tayo ng intel team para malaman kung minamanipulate yung presyo ng isda na yan.
Okay, dagang salamat, sir.
Maraming salamat po.
Dagang salamat.
Okay, so, Secretary, for your information, it's not only the first-class fish that are expensive, but also the common type, variety of fish.
Even the, kaya nauubos lahat eh.
That is beyond already the reach of, the ordinary citizens.
Naintindihan ko, mahirap yan para sa mga ordinaryong mamamayan, the ordinary citizens. This is medyo consuelo lang ito that the reason na nagmamahal yan, even the ordinary fish, is because nga malakas ang demand eh. Diba? There's jobs from tourism, there's incomes, so there's more money that is demanding this fish.
Sa Boracay sa mahal ba yung fish?
Sobra. Sa Boracay, yung isda, halimbawa, bangus, ordinaryong bangus. Ang ordinaryong bangus, na 25 pesos ang kilo sa palaisdaan sa Capiz, all of a sudden, magiging 60 pesos ang kilo. 2 hours by land lang yan, no? From Capiz to Boracay. Yung mahal. Tapos yung 60, dodoble yan, 120. That is just wholesale. Dodoble yan to 120. By the time, the same fish. The same fish. So, kami naman sa Capiz, wala nga kaming Boracay. So, what we do is we just produce as much alimango, scallop, fish.
So how much is fish in your place?
To send to Boracay and to send to Cebu. Yung isda sa amin, hindi pa naman masyadong mahal, pero wala na. Kulang ang fish. Madami doon na lang baboy. Because the fish, gusto ng turista yung isda eh. So yung alimango, yung scallops, yung mga isda ay nauubos.
Okay, Secretary, before you came in, we encourage our callers to, interact with you. So we hope that
Thank you,
should
Chito.
not
Thank you.
delay your, your schedule. This is once in a lifetime for them.
Thank you. But for me also, it's very...
Okay, so we have callers. Hello, good morning, may buntag.
Hello.
May buntag, Secretary Maroas, natire, ma'am.
Hello, good morning, Secretary Rojas.
Hello, may buntag.
Hello.
Hello, go ahead.
Sige, padayon, day. Naminaw si Secretary nimo.
Hello. Good morning, Secretary Rojas.
Good morning, good morning. Hello.
Sector said the passage of BPL Bangsamoro Basic Law is detrimental to the people of Mindanao, especially Christians. Do you comment on this? Thank you, sir.
Thank you, no? Well, ang sa akin, dito sa BBL at saka sa peace process sa Mindanao, pabor ako sa peace. Kung hindi tayo gumawa ng BBL o hindi tayo gumawa ng peace process, tuloy ang bombahan, tuloy ang patayan, barilan, tuloy, 150,000 Filipinos na ang namatay over the last 30 years. Ganun kadami na ang namatay na Pilipino dyan sa gera sa Mindanao, number 1. So, personal loss of life sa bawat pamilya yan, number 1. Number 2, yung development, hindi lang ng Mindanao, pero ng buong Pilipinas, is affected because turista natatakot, baka magbombahan, baka may terorismo, baka may patayan, barilan. So, even places like Bohol and malayo sa Mindanao, sa international naman, sa CNN, hindi naman nila sinasabi, doon lang sa Mindanao nangyari ito, safe ang Bohol. Ang sinasabi nila is, the Philippines has a terrorist incident.
Secretary, Mindanao, even Davao, maraming Bulanon doon.
Exactly. No? So para sa akin, we have to do something. Now, is the BBL perfect? Maybe not. But if there is constructive inputs, let's include it. Isama natin. Let's make it better. Pero wag naman yung, basta ayaw namin. Because kung ayaw namin, means tuloy ang putukan, tuloy ang barilan, and tuloy ang gera. So, sabi nga ni Presidente, no? Sabi ni Presidente, man is imperfect. Therefore, the product of man is imperfect. Itong BBL law na ito is possibly imperfect, likely to be imperfect. Tama naman, di ba? Nobody is perfect. But, hindi naman pwede na, basta ayaw namin. Because, yung basta ayaw namin means, tuloy ang putukan, tuloy barilan. Now, if there is suggestions, recommendations, amendments, refinements, editing, etc., that will make it better, why not? Let's include it. Diba? So that we can have peace. Because if we have peace, then, no more bombing, no more shooting, no more IED, no more... itong SAF-44, itong napag-usapan ng SAF-44, they were there to go after Marwan, who is a bomber. Pagka-bomba na yan, pagka-IED na yan, wala nang nasyonalidad yan, wala nang Mindanao or Visayas yan. Kung nakasakay ka sa bus yan at pumutok yan, ay putol ang kamay mo, ang braso mo, ang paa mo, or patay ka. Yan ang ating gustong mangyari. Let us have peace so that we can have progress.
Sir, in connection with the Mama Sapano incident, sir, how did it affect the mindset of the police dahil sa principle ng command responsibility?
Well, sa mindset ng police, wala naman ako nakikita na pagbabago. No? They do their jobs, they do it professionally, maganda ang kanilang trabaho. No? Nakita naman ninyo, I'm sure, pina-follow ninyo yung mga hearings, yung mga testimony, lahat ng mga statements. No? One thing is clear. And not only is it clear, it is unchallenged. The President told Purisima and Napeñas, i-coordinate mo ito sa AFP. Alam ni Presidente, wala namang helicopter ang PNP. Wala namang artillery ang PNP. Wala namang eroplano ang PNP. Wala. Di ba? So, kaya sinabi ni Presidente, i-coordinate ninyo ito sa Armed Forces of the Philippines. Problema, hindi nila ginawa eh. Hindi ginawa ni Purisima at hindi ginawa ni Peña. So, you have to ask them. But clear ang utos ng Pangulo. I-coordinate nyo ito sa Armed Forces. Number 1. Number 2, very clear din ito. Sabi ni Presidente, sabihin mo ito kay Espina because alam niya na suspended na si Purisima. So, the officer in charge of the PNP is Espina. Sinabi niya kay Purisima, sabihin mo ito kay Dinto. Hindi rin ginawa ni Purisima. And number 3, very clear, even Purisima confirms it, totoo yung sinabi ni Peñas na sabi ni Purisima sa kanya, saka mo na sabihan yung dalawa, meaning Espina and me. Diba? Don't tell them now, tell them later on. Saka mo na sabihin. No? At ako nang bahala kay Katapang. So, those are all unchallenged. Those are all incontrovertible. No? So, nalulungkot ako. Talagang ako nalulungkot. Pinuntahan ko as many of the wakes of the burros as I could because talagang nalulungkot ako sa pagkamatay nitong ating mga bayani. No? They went there, they accomplished their mission, they got their man, but madami sa kanila namatay. Marami nalagas. So ako talagang nalulungkot at lalo akong nalulungkot at hindi lang naiiwan sa lungkot, nagagalit kasi sinabihan naman sila na mag-coordinate sa AFP. Sinabihan naman sila na mag-coordinate na ipaalam ito sa PNP. At sila din mismo nagsabi na wag mo na sabihan si Rojas, wag mo na sabihan si Espina. Saka mo na sila sabihan. Kaya we are in the dark eh. Kung nalaman ko lang yun, ako mismo, sasabihin ko, Secretary Bots Gasmin, papasok yung mga SAF dyan sa peligroso nga area. Oh, please, let us have the artillery, let us have the mortar, let us have the gunships, let us have the helicopter. I would have done that. Tinago, sinikreto sa amin. Tinago sa amin ito.
Big question is why, sir?
Well, you have to ask them. No, I don't like to speculate. I don't like to add to the uncertainty. But ako nagagalit ako because I believe men died needlessly. May mga nasave sana tayo dyan kung nagkaroon lang ng tamang koordinasyon.
Okay, last caller.
Yeah, doon na po ay panahon nga ito mahinabi si President Marojas, no? So, last caller, Kate.
Okay, hello? Hello? May buntag, no? Naspikas linya si Marojas.
Yes, sir. May buntag. Secretary Rojas, no? And si Agok Floribel. Pero ba ako itatanong sa inyo, sir?
Agok Floribel.
Hello, good morning. Good morning. May buntag, Agok Floribel.
Yes, good morning, sir. Kung nagasulat doon sa tatanong, mapapasalam po kami sa lahat ng tulong na ginawa ninyo sa buo, no? Meron po akong naobserbahan na medyo baka makasira sa ano natin, sa ating ginagawa dito. Kaya tatanong ko sa inyo, sir, ano po ba talaga ang relasyon ngayon between the police force and the mayor? Kasi po, marami nang nangyayari dito na marami mga police chiefs sa mga bayan namin, pag hindi sila nagkaano ng mayor, pinapalitan agad ng inaano kagad ng mayor na palitan. Tapos meron pong mga operations na mahuhulihin na po yung mga nakikita ng mga pulis, binibigil po ng mayor. So gusto ko po malaman, ano po ba talaga ang relasyon ngayon ng mayor and the police force?
Well, una-una, ayon sa batas, the mayor is the chairman of the Peace and Order Council, to whom the police reports as a Peace and Order Council. The police also takes operational guidance from the mayor, being the local chief executive. But, kung baluktot, kung mali, kung katiwalian ang inuutos ni Mayor, hindi dapat sundin ng pulis yan. So now that you have brought this up, I will ask the RD, Tom Banyas, he is not here now, I think he's in Cebu, to give me a report of what it is that you are saying na malapit nang huhulihin, tinitigil ni Mayor. What town or what city are you referring to? Nawala na. Pero madaming bayan, there's 40 plus na bayan dito sa Bohol. So which mayor are you referring to? That is very helpful. Kung pwede, kung nakikinig ka pa, ako Clorivel, ay itawag mo dito sa DYRD para ma-text nila sa akin kung sino itong mayor, anong bayan, sinong chief of police, para maimbestigahan ko. Mahirap yan. There are 47 LGUs here, so hindi ko alam which one. But if there is a observation that the mayor is protecting criminals or gangs or syndicates or malefactors or lawless elements, hindi tama yan. At dapat hindi siya sinusunod ng pulis sa pagbigay protection dito sa mga masasamang tao.
Okay, last question before we leave, Secretary. We have projects here under national government agencies. Baka masabihan mo ang TIESA or ang Secretary of Tourism that yung Albuquerque Cluster Sanitary Landfill, a project of 11 municipalities involved, is already 70.8% slippage, negative slippage.
Slippage meaning delayed?
Delayed. So
Albuquerque ito.
Albuquerque Secretary, that's a 300 million peso project.
Sanitary landfill.
That's a cluster.
Bakit sa Department of Tourism ito?
Department of Tourism is funding the project while the TIESA is the implementing agency.
Okay.
Okay, number 2, Secretary, is maraming nagtanong rito. Can you ask the DSWD tungkol sa mga housing program nila sa mga earthquake victims, dahil hanggang ngayon daw masyadong mabagal o wala pa?
Housing program.
DSWD.
Paparatingin ko kay Sir Dinky. So one is to Mon Jimenez of Department of Tourism na 70% slippage.
Yes, Secretary.
And then sa kay Sec Dinky ng DSWD na late ang housing program for earthquake victims.
And sir, sa National Culture of Arts, especially National Museum, may malaking problema dito dahil yung mga centuries-old building were demolished para yung mga limestone blocks gagamitin for other rehabilitation projects.
Okay, so ayaw ninyo ito? Gusto ninyo ito?
Well, sir, it's against the law. 10066 Republic Act, dahil these are centuries-old building.
So
that we are trying to preserve, but here it's being destroyed.
So limestone blocks from old buildings
which were demolished
to
be used.
Okay. So NCCA ito tsaka National.
That's in the town of Panglao, sir.
Sa Panglao ito.
Okay, much to our desire nga magapabiling gyapon si Secretary Marojas apan doon na siya schedule, no hectic schedule karon adlaw. So
inabangga pa kami.
Inabangga sa bayan. So final statement from our Secretary Marojas.
Well, para sa atong mga tagpalamati, no? Ang ako nga Bisaya, inilonggo nga Bisaya, basit hindi tayo mag-intindihan na eh. So sabot yapon. So Tagalogon ko lang, no? Una, nagpapasalamat ako sa inyong patuloy na pagtiwala sa akin at sa Daang Matuwid. Maaasahan po ninyo at masaligan ninyo, maaasahan ninyo. Araw-araw ginagawa ko ang lahat para yung prinsipyo ng Daang Matuwid na malinis, walang mantsa, walang bahid na pagtrabaho sa gobyerno ay siya ang mangyari. Ginagawa natin yan sa mga projects na dinadala natin dito at ina-download sa amon bahin. Merong yung 2.3 billion na BEA at natutuwa ako na umaandar na ito. Parang medyo slow start din ito nung simula, pero ngayon parang medyo umaandar na. So I'm happy that makikita na ninyo ang resulta nito. Patuloy tayo. Huwag na tayo mag-rewind. Diba? Kung sa nanonood tayo, wag na yung rewind, wag na tayo bumalik doon sa madilim at magulo na nakalipas or ng nakaraan, na kung saan kinukurakot lang ang pera ng tao. Tuloy-tuloy tayo, fast forward na tayo sa kaunlaran, sa magandang bukas na nakikita natin sa CCT, nakikita natin sa rehabilitation, nakikita natin sa PhilHealth cards, nakikita natin sa mga projects na nadadating dito, nakikita natin sa dami ng turista na dumadating dito sa atin, na nabibigyan tayo ng hanap buhay. Fast forward na tayo, sama-sama tayo sa magandang bukas. Daghang salamat, may buntag kaninyo tayo.
Secretary, to close our program, we have here a live report from Inabanga from our DYRD reporter, Jun Alerto Gutierrez. Jun, come in.
Yes, salamat kayo, Chef, no? Habang punta, may punta sa mga suki ka dito sa Live sa Direkatuangan ni